Hey guys, welcome to our new series, Lifelines. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Sorry guys. I'm so excited to start episode 1 with you today. And what we are going to be talking about in this series is the lifelines that we have for ourselves. And I think sometimes we can forget this, but the strongest lifelines we have are our friends. The strongest lifelines we have is the community we surround ourselves in. So I want us to be spending time over the next few weeks really challenging to look at the kind of relationship Jesus wants to have with us. The kind of relationship we are supposed to have with the best lifeline there is, Him. But then we're supposed to look at that relationship He wants to have with us and see how we can also have that kind of relationship with others. And so for this week, I want to talk about what it looks like to have a relationship of authenticity. What it looks like to be real. And I want to challenge you to think and look at your life, and if you have any friendships where you can feel like you are 100% yourself. Now I can look back on my life and I can say that there were times that I did not feel like I had those relationships. I did not feel like I had people I could be 100% real with. And then there were times in my life where I felt like I had an abundance of friends who truly cared for exactly who I was. One friend I always valued, especially in my time in college, was my friend Em. Em was so unapologetically herself. So unapologetically herself, and so kind and caring to exactly where I was at, that it played a huge difference in me feeling brave enough to be who I was too. To be confident in who God made me to be. And that didn't always come easy. But Em became a real lifeline for me in my early 20s of when I needed to remember who God says I am and how I'm supposed to be that person and not apologize for it and not hide who I am, not hide what I'm going through. And Em really helped me with that. Em always helped me go back to Christ. Go back to Christ and who He said I was. And she, in a lot of situations of my life, was a huge lifeline. And so I want to talk about how Jesus examples for us what that is supposed to look like. And I think we see it in John 4. I almost said Luke. In John 4, in this story of the woman at the well. This is a famous story, and I love sharing it. And what happens is Jesus and the disciples head into Samaria. And if you watched last week's teach, we talked about how the Samaritans and the Jewish people were at odds. They hated each other. So much so that Jewish people would go around Samaria instead of walking through it. But Jesus decided to lead His disciples into Samaria, which was odd. And Jesus stopped at this well to get some water. And there He found a woman who was there at noon. And what you need to know is that for her to be there at noon during the hottest part of the day, it's unusual. And she's there because nobody else was. Nobody goes to the well during that heat. Nobody goes to the well at that time. And the reason she is there is because she's hiding something. She's hiding something, and I want us to look at how Jesus approaches that, because Jesus chooses to have a conversation with this Samaritan woman, which was incredibly unusual, because here this Jewish rabbi, this respected man, is choosing to talk to a Samaritan woman who doesn't seem to have any kind of social status or respect. And so Jesus begins to talk to this woman about who He is and what it looks like to have living water in your life, which is Him. And so I want to read through John 4:13 through 18. And here's what it says. Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." He told her, "Go call your husband and come back." "I have no husband," she replied. And Jesus said to her, "You are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband. What you have just said is quite true." Now what's happening in this interaction is Jesus is telling this woman that he can offer her living water. He can offer her a better way to live. And she wants that desperately. She wants that desperately, to live differently. And she even says it. She doesn't want to come back to the well anymore. She doesn't want to live with the way that she is hiding. And Jesus sees this. He sees who she is. He sees that she's scared. He sees that she has shame. And he chooses to be real with her. He chooses to be honest and to tell her, "I know your shame. I know what you're hiding. I know what you're scared of." But what's beautiful in the way he does it is he doesn't say, "Be gone from me. I never want to see you again. Shame on you. I know your shame." Instead, he says, "I offer you living water. But first I want to talk about what's holding you back." And that's transformative. And we see something amazing happen to the woman at the well. You see, she runs back to the village. And in John 4:29, we see this. "Then leaving her water jar, the woman went back to the town and said to the people, 'Come see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?'" You see, the woman was so changed by the conversation she had with Jesus that she completely forgot the water jug. She completely forgot the thing that she was there to do. She forgot her water and she ran back to the village, but she didn't just run back to the village and choose to quietly change the way she lived her life. Instead, she ran back to the village and she said to the people, "Here is a man who told me everything I have ever done. Could this be the Messiah?" And we didn't read these verses, but what's amazing is so many people are astounded by the woman's testimony that they choose to believe in Jesus too. You see, Jesus saw the shame in this woman. Jesus saw the pain. He saw what she was hiding, and he chose to be real and honest with her so that she could use what she hated most about herself to do God's work, to do good, to change people's lives. Because Jesus does not ask us to be perfect. He asks us to strive for that, but knows we can't make it. And the thing is, Jesus does not want to just use the best of ourselves. He wants to use what we consider the worst of ourselves as well. He wants to use our insecurities. He wants to use our shame. He wants to use our mistakes. But first we need to be willing, open, and honest and real about what those things are. We need to lay them out. Lay them out to Jesus, but not stop there. Because Jesus wants that real, authentic relationship with us, but then he wants us to be real and authentic people who build those kind of relationships with others well. And in order to do that, we can't just stop and lay our things out to Jesus, but then to run into the town and with authenticity and honesty, lay out who we are. Lay out who we are and how we need Jesus and what he has done through us. And I think that's one of the most powerful things we can do. Jesus wants to call us to be real, authentic people. And in order for us to do that, he wants us to help surround ourselves with real and authentic friendships. But first, we should challenge ourselves to be the kind of friend that is real, the kind of friend that creates a safe place for others to be real as well. So as you go into small group today, I want you to be thinking about 4 things. 4 things that you should be looking at. And the first one is this: quiet the judgment. I think there are so many different ways that we cast judgment, not just on ourselves, but we cast judgment on how others will respond, on what others will think, on how others will perceive who we are, or we even cast out judgment and perceptions of thinking somebody else is not good enough or somebody else cannot change. We need to quiet that. We need to quiet that and recognize that everybody is carrying something they don't care to share. Everybody is carrying something that they think makes them not good enough. And if we are the kind of people that want to invite others into authenticity and realness, we need to quiet the judgmental voice we have in our minds. Quiet the judgmental voice we have towards ourselves, but quiet the judgmental voice we have towards others. So quiet the judgment's the first one. And the second one is know who you are. Know who you are and who Jesus has called you to be, and recognize your worth in that. Because when you can recognize your worth in Jesus, you can better recognize the worth in others. Because if you take your worth for granted, it's going to be so easy for you to take others' worth for granted as well. So know who you are. This third is be real. Step out of your comfort and be honest and open about difficult situations you're going through, or about things that you want to grow in. Because I think we sometimes get the call to follow Jesus and share who he is with others, and we think that that call means we are supposed to be perfect and we are supposed to have all the answers, and we're supposed to look how high and mighty and amazing we are now that we know Jesus. But really what it should be is, this is who I am. This is who I am, and Jesus loves me anyways. And look how Jesus' love can transform me, can motivate me to grow and to be better and to do better, and how it can do the same for you. That's what it really looks like to accept the call of having a relationship with Jesus and sharing that relationship with others. So be real. Be somebody who's willing to step out in vulnerability, which isn't easy. And then the fourth thing, invite vulnerability. Invite real. Pay attention to others. Pay attention to those around you. Pay attention to people who might need to talk about something, who might need to share, who might be hiding. And try and be somebody who can create a safe place for them to be real with. Try and be somebody who can create a space just like Jesus would for us, where he says, I know who you are, I know what you're hiding, but I love you and I want to use you anyway. How can we be the kind of people that create a safe place where we say, I know you're hiding something, I know you're ashamed of something, and it's okay, because I still love you and I still think you have worth and I still think you are capable regardless. We need to be people that invite vulnerability and realness. So as you go into small group today, I want you guys to be spending time talking about how you all as a group and how you as individuals quiet the judgment, know who you are, be real, and invite vulnerability and realness in others. Because when Jesus sends us out to do his work, he understands the importance of lifelines. He understands the importance of us looking to him as in a lifeline, but also us trying to be lifelines for others, actively seeking to love Jesus, not least Jesus, sorry, we do need to do that, but actively seeking to love others the way Jesus loved us. I really hope that we can be the kind of people where others know they can come to us, know they can share, and know that they can find care, they can find kindness, they can find patience, but also that we will talk to them about what is going on. We're not afraid to be real and have hard conversations or honest conversations, and to encourage and challenge them to step out of that and to grow. So I hope you guys enjoy small groups. That's the end of the talk for today, but I did want to highlight something real quick. We are bringing worship back. And we haven't been in service in the building for a while, and I've just really missed worship, and I wonder if you guys have too. So we are going to start doing one song each week. And so we are going to play a song right now after this clip, and then we're going to go to announcements. So let's sing a song, guys.
You You will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out just like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out just like an echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me. Now there's no stopping what you have started until it is complete. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out just like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out just like an echo in my soul. In my when my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I've decided I'm not giving up. 'Cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out just like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out, breaking out. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out just like an echo, echo in my soul. In my
Hi guys, and welcome
Hey there.
to what, Dad?
Chip and Ronnie do announcements.
Yes! So we have a couple announcements for you guys this week. The first one is our James Bible study is this Wednesday, so do not miss it at 7 p.m. We're going from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Maybe even a little sooner. We don't want to keep you too long because it's summer, but don't miss it. Then what else do we have?
Well, we're bringing back worship to Impact, so
Yes,
we're really
we are.
excited about that. And if you'd like to be in the band, just let Ronnie know. You can email her at vwood@wlsimpact.com.
No!
Shoot.
vwood@willowcreek.org. Kind of close.
I knew it.
Kinda close. Now guys, I want to talk to you about serving, and I have them all written down here. We have a ton of serving opportunities, so I want us in this season to be people that are just ready to be the hands and feet of Jesus, and I want to see us get out of our comfort zones, get out of our schedules. We don't have much going on this summer anyways, to just
What do you mean?
just do some good.
Lots going
There's
on.
no music festivals. There's no
No.
camp. So
Yeah.
I want to be seeing you guys serving. So this is what
I get
we have.
to look out the window in the front of the house. I get to look out the window on the side of the house. I got all kinds of things like that going on. That doesn't count?
No,
Oh.
that's so sad.
It is sad.
All right, so here's what we have. All right, guys, we have blood drives. Now, Southlake has been actively doing blood drives, and we actually have one this coming Tuesday, June 16th. If you want to be a part of it, you have to be 16 years or older. If you're 16, you will need parent permission, but if you're 17, you do not. So if you want to participate in that, you can go to wslathome.org, click on the Serve tab, and find where you can register to be a part of the blood drive. Now, the next one is Build a Box food drive. And so what's happening is on every Sunday from, let me look at the time, 1 to 3 p.m., you can go to Willow Southlake and pick up a box. You can do this with your family, you can do this with friends. Pick up a box, you get a grocery shopping list, and you go and you fill this box with things that families in our community need. Things that people are really desperate for, and we ask that you can decorate the box and everything, and then you can bring it back the next Sunday. We also might need some help with students just being the ones to bring the boxes and shopping lists out to cars as they drive by during this time and pick up boxes that are being dropped back off. So if this is something you're interested in, let us know. And then the next one is we actually have a senior encouragement initiative. So right now in this whole season with COVID, seniors are just been kind of locked away in their senior homes, and they don't really get to see family, they don't get much interaction, and it's actually been pretty difficult for them. And so we now are doing this thing where we are writing encouragement notes to seniors in senior living homes. And so if this is something you want to be a part of, you can write an encouragement note, and we have the prompts and everything you need to know on how to do that and what that looks like, but you just need to say you're interested and we will get you set up. And then also, this is somewhere that we have served before. I know, guys, this is a lot of serving opportunities. Somewhere we have served before is called Love Inc. And they have this kind of thrift shop thing that's going down, and they have open hours on when we can come and serve. And so if you are ever interested in getting a group of your friends together to serve at one of these certain times, email me and we can figure out a time for you guys to be able to do that. So I want you to be talking about that in small groups today. How can you as an individual, or how can you as a group, you guys, be serving your community? And so if you are interested in hearing more about these opportunities or participating in them, let your small group leader know. Give your small group leader your email, and I will contact you with the information.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. You see, guys, I told you I needed a whole notebook to finish that out. But there you go. There you go. There you have it. That's Ronnie and Chip
Sign off.
doing announcements. Ooh.